Hello everyone, I'm here going to present the enhanced version of Booklight. So Booklight was designed to enhance how you can actually add bookmarks to your Chrome bookmarks. So just a quick recap. So the basic idea was, well, if you are actually super organized and you would like to maintain your folder structures like what I have here. So these are my bookmarks and they are like a bit organized. I spent some good amount of time doing this. So when I come and I want to add actually bookmark, let's say for example to JavaScript, then I have to come to program resources, web dev, then JavaScript, and if it's a plugin, then I need to also to check which is the correct folder that I need to go to, and then I need to add this bookmark. So now if I want to do this in the traditional way, then I either press Command and D, or I either want to come to this star, and now I have to start looking for that. So either I would have to now scroll down. So this is programming resources. So it's not easy. In Windows, you can actually collapse and hide some folders hierarchy, but in Mac you would have all of the folders expanded by default. So that is actually not a good thing, because you would really spend so much time trying to find the folder that you want. And well, there's a shortcut if you want to use also like the keyboard to type. So I mean, I was not fast enough to actually catch JavaScript here, so it caught Java. I don't know if you can see that in the screen here. So it caught Java, and I'll try again. I'll try to type JavaScript. Well, now I was able to catch JavaScript, but what happens is if you have multiple folders with the same name, as in my case, I have multiple JavaScript folders underneath some other folders, then it will only catch the first one. And in my case, this JavaScript folder is not actually the folder that I want to bookmark in. So as we see, it's a very annoying let's say workflow if I want actually to keep my order. So what I did is Booklight, and now Booklight is actually enhanced with also bookmark searching mechanism. So how you launch it is you press Ctrl and B for both Windows and Mac. And what happens here is it takes a little bit of time in the beginning, because I fetch all this from the Chrome API, but then I cache them locally into the local storage. So I mean, now if I close it and I open it again, then it's actually fast. And for me, I have like more than 1,000 bookmark folders, and I have almost, I think, around 18,000 bookmarked URLs. So that's really a lot. And what you see here, the folders are actually sorted by the most recent, because somehow the tendency is that if I bookmark a folder and then I want to bookmark another URL, then there's a high chance that it's the last folder that I bookmarked in. So these are sorted by recency, and now you can actually start using your keyboard to navigate and filter. So now I said it's JavaScript, right? So I type JavaScript. As you see, we have lots of JavaScript folders here, and we have fuzzy search. So it's not like really an exact match, but it's actually fuzzy search. But to make things a bit easier, so you find that now we have things that are in blue with a folder next to them, and this means that this is a folder that has also subfolders in it. Otherwise, it's just a flat folder. And in the bottom here, as you see, this is like the status bar, which gives you the full path for this folder. So what I want is actually this one, because it's programming resources and web dev and JavaScript. Now I want to go inside that folder. So what I do is I press the right arrow, and what happens is now I am traversing that folder's tree. I think it's going to be plugins, and here I can check, okay, what was it? Was it like forms? So this is forms again. I can go inside and I can choose what I want to bookmark into. So for example, this, I press enter, and as you can see here, it has been bookmarked. Well, if it's not like this and I want to go back, what happens here, if you notice that Booklight remembers actually the last folder. So I came here because I clicked on forms, and I came from forms because of plugins, and I came here to the root folder. Why this is necessary? Because sometimes like you make a mistake. So let's assume that now I'm in web development. It's this one. Oops. It's circular, as you notice. Like if I come here, then it will go to the top, which makes it a bit easier as well to traverse. Now let's assume that now I went to Node.js here, right? But then, oh no, it's not Node.js. Well, it's something else, but I come here to Node.js, and because the mistake might be one folder on top or one folder in the back. So it was a nice little thing to have to remember from where I came to this actual folder. So as you can see, guys, it's really easy, it's really intuitive, and I mean, when you filter, you can also here see the counter of the matching results, and it's really fuzzy, so it doesn't have to be really web development. So if you can see if there's some mistakes, it can actually understand what you might need. Cool, so you can close it, and now the new addition is the URL search. So how to activate the URL search is you press spacebar. It's similar to Alfred, if you guys are familiar with it in Mac. And here you would notice that I would fetch my URLs. I mean here, so for performance reasons, I don't fetch all of my URLs because that would be insane. I have, as I said, 16,000. I don't fetch the 16,000. So what I did is kind of a small lazy loader that fetches 15 results at a time. But here, so for example, when I reach a little bit before the end, I fetch the other 15, so you don't notice it. So you can actually keep coming, and now I'm fetching the new ones, it's 45, so on and so forth. That's excellent, because I mean, usually you don't just like go and randomly start checking all of your bookmarks. What you want is you want to start searching. So now, let's assume that now I want to start search for some AngularJS stuff, and I can see it's actually fast. I have 16,000 URLs, and it's actually presenting me with very fast results. So these are all my AngularJS stuff, and as you can see, also it is lazy loading. So again, oops, these are the AngularJS stuff that I have found. But I mean, I have lots of AngularJS stuff, but let's assume that now I want to have keypress.js, which is the library that I'm using for catching the key presses. So you can send here, and yeah, that's it. That's what I want. And now I want to go to it. So you can either press enter and it will go from this window, or you press Ctrl and enter and it will actually open that in. Oops, where is that? I think, okay, guys, don't worry, I will fix it before I push it. Ctrl enter, it will open it in a new tab, or enter, it will open it in the current tab. Cool. So that's basically it. These are the new changes. I hope you guys will like it, and I look forward to hear from you. Any issues, any feedback, it's most welcome. Thanks.